Fellow viewers, welcome to Wobility platform. Yeah, this is Ruth and Chineke again. We are here in Eugene and we are going to meet one young, simple person who have put in so many hats and have so much to offer as far as wealth and community is concerned. You know, as we do it here in Mobility platform, you get the gist and you know how it is. Fellow viewers, welcome to Wobility platform. Hello,
That's very sweet of you to say. Thank you. Hello.
we are so glad you're able to come to our platform. And who are you?
My name's Loren lifelong resident of Eugene, Oregon. And through the goods and the bads, I've just enjoyed this place and will always be a proponent.
Yeah. So, what is your name?
Loren Tusing.
Loren Tusi. How long have you been volunteering?
Um, well, at this point in time, I'm no longer a volunteer, but I've always been constantly volunteering throughout my growing up.
Oh, okay. So, what do you do now?
Currently, I work for an advocate for youth. They basically it's a last chance. It's a children advocacy group called Looking Glass.
Oh, Looking Glass. You know, something is interesting about that Looking Glass. And you know, many youths might not be able to know what is all that about. So, what can you tell us about Looking Glass?
Well, it's not easy being a kid, and it's very easy to get lost and more or less get forgotten about. Sometimes your parents don't have the best of intentions or any intentions at all. It's not the fault of the kid,
Yeah.
and sometimes they end up getting in trouble because they have no guidance. And what Looking Glass tends to offer is a multi-platform place for kids to basically feel like they belong and that they are mattered. So
Yeah.
there's various different places where we have education, we have a drop-in center, you know. There's ability for them to, if they get in trouble with the law, they have the opportunity to try and ingratiate themselves and realize that just because they didn't get the first chance in life doesn't mean they don't have a second or a third. And so basically, we're just trying to make sure that kids have the opportunity to get what they can out of life when they didn't have
Yeah.
the first greatest shot.
I see with you, and it means you talk with a lot of kids. How about their parents? Do the parents do appreciate, or do they come visit the kid, or how does that work
I mean, the parents for the
for the
children.
kids? Yeah,
It's a gamut. It runs the. Unfortunately, it's a gamut. We'd like to think that everything's always going to wind up in the best of intentions, where the kids wind up with a family and there's a happily ever after. But sadly, unfortunately, that's not always the case, and that's where the community comes in. That's where we
yeah,
realize that if a parent cannot be a good advocate for the child, then let people that have been in a similar situation to try and help them.
yeah. We are happy to know that that is taking place here in Eugene. And if you are in a position to say something or to advise or to say something to people in need or looking forward to do something with their kid, what are you going to tell them?
Um, there's a lot of resources that if a parent doesn't feel like they have all the backing that they need and to try and help, you can easily reach out to Looking Glass in this case.
Yeah,
They offer counseling, they offer just programs that basically try and bring the families back together when they realize that you might have made a mistake or that the mistakes were made and try and get back onto the better
yeah,
path for everyone involved.
interesting. And you know, we are living in a time of challenges with the pandemic and everything. So, a good number of families are looking for options that can better place or better help their kids. So, maybe we are talking and some of them are listening
It's open.
and they'll be able to bring more kids to your place. Looking
Looking Glass.
Looking Glass. So, what are the challenges you have? What kind of challenges do you have faced there?
Well, me as a CN, or excuse me as an IT person, I don't deal directly with the youth,
I see.
so it's a lot harder for me to say. But from because I'm also working in the behind the curtains, I also get to talk to the people that work directly with the youth,
Okay.
and more or less, I have not had a bad experience with anyone that really just wants to try and make sure
That
these
is
kids
nice.
are trying to be advocated for, even when they're in what I would refer to as the last chance, before they end up going to McLaren, which is a youth judicate system, where once they go to kid jail, this is what offered them the chance to not go there first. Just because you made a mistake doesn't mean that you have to have this tarnish your record. You can get beyond that.
And you could be a better person.
Mhm. And so I've not really dealt with any hardships specifically, other than knowing that uh, I wish my, I wish the, I wish the company that I work for didn't need to exist,
Oh, wow.
but it has to
Yeah.
because
Of the situation we find ourselves.
it's a really difficult world that we live in. It's getting increasingly more difficult, and it is not. It's not fun to deal with the reality of people, especially kids, being in a really scary and not helpful environment that they are in.
Oh, wow.
But at least it gives them the opportunity to realize that they matter, and in doing so, also the people that work there, that work directly with the kids, matter too, because they're making all the difference.
Nice. We are so glad to hear. Fellow viewers, you are getting the gist out of it, and you know that our kids have a place when we are not able to handle them. There is a place that can really bring them up to be good people in our community, and that's what we want. We want many more talents. So, since that is a company, and you are given an opportunity to say something that could improve on the company, what can you say that can better the company so that many more children should be able to get the help they need?
The one thing I will say that the pandemic has actually made this position a little better is they've noticed that we need more funding and more um, the ability to basically make sure that all the kids have the opportunities that they needed, and not just the kids, but also the people that help work with the kids, make sure that they have all the resources, not just bodies, but also um, funding.
Yeah,
And the pandemic has definitely helped out a lot as far as realizing like we are all into this together. We
yeah,
all, as a
definitely.
community, have to support one another, and they've gotten a lot of extra money and more money to be able to advance the cause.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing your story, part of your story about the work you do in your company. And many more people in Eugene will be glad to know where there is help. And and will you be happy if people drop in info questions and want us to ask you about it and how to help them?
If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Fellow viewers, you hear from him. If you have any question, feel free to ask. We will contact Lawrence, and he is going to help us. So we are so glad. Wobility is here to stay, and Wobility is going to tell you what is happening in your community and how you can get help. Thank you, viewers. Continue to watch Wobility platform, and you will continue to get the gist in it. Wobility is here to stay. Is here to win it. Thank you. Bye.